everybody doing?
How you doing?
It's all right. What a night. Can't see everybody's. So I put my glasses on and they're all covered with somebody's sweat and baby oil or something. I think I'll have the rest of us when they come back from the ring. Amazing night, I think, across the board for everybody. I'll start off by saying thank you all for being here. As I made my way up here through this crowd, it was hard not to feel the excitement and the energy that is here in Chicago. This has always been an amazing market for us. This Allstate Arena, this has been, in my career, probably my favorite building to perform in. It's just deafeningly loud in here, the way the acoustics are set up, the wood roof. People in Chicago are just loud and excited to be here, and you can just always count on it being an incredible night. And tonight was no different. The last two nights were no different. Two sold out back-to-back shows here. Over just short of 34,000 tickets sold here for two nights. Incredibly successful. I want to thank Slim Jim for making this press conference happen, and hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving leading into tonight. But let's talk a little bit about business. Tonight was the highest grossing Survivor Series in history. As a matter of fact, the highest grossing event here, with the exception of WrestleMania when it was here, and it was neck and neck with WrestleMania. For me, that's positive on both sides. Win-win. I was in the main event of that WrestleMania, so it was positive. But that's something pretty special right here. 37 years of Survivor Series to be the biggest one ever. Sponsorship up about 25% from last year, so across that, and then the viewership. Just spectacular tonight. We opened up the show with the women's board game match, and right out of the gate, by far largest viewership of all time, and it just grew throughout the evening. So we don't have all the final numbers in yet, but we will, and this one was a whopper. So very, very exciting. A lot of things to talk about in the show. Let's talk about the big return. R-Truth. Eating chips, just going to town. R-Truth is the man.
Love that.
Yeah, and I never saw it coming. You know what I mean? And how we keep that quiet, mind-blowing. But R-Truth is back. I expect that to be headlines everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
For all of you. Let's talk about the return of Randy Orton. Just incredible. Randy is JBL used to say it all the time, if you were going to design the WWE superstar, if you were going to build one from the ground up, you would build Randy Orton. I met Randy Orton when he was a kid, worked with him when he was a kid. Gave him a lot of slack because he was a kid for a long, long time. And to see where he is now, to see that growth, I'm so incredibly proud of him. To see where he is not only as a performer, but as a man, as a father, as a human being. Just incredibly proud of Randy Orton. And when you have the kind of injury that he had, where things are touch and go, I've been there, where they tell you, you might never do this again. That's a rough experience. To be able to fight back what he went through, to be able to have what he had done and come back here tonight and have the moment that he had was awesome. And I'm so happy for him to be able to come here, do what he did tonight, and sort of, it sounds silly, but as it being war games, sort of the pressure off him a little bit to come back and be able to just be Randy Orton and do what he wants to do. You have no idea what performers and athletes go through when they've been gone for a long period of time, and they have to fight back through something like that. Let's use a really bad word. The tricks that your mind play on you to wonder if anyone's going to care, to wonder if it'll matter, to wonder if you still can do this, to want to just, no matter how good you are, no matter how confident you are, that runs through your head. So to get him out there tonight, blow the roof off this place here in Chicago, and just have the moment that he did, awesome, and I'm incredibly happy for him. I thought, to get into the rest of the PLE, I thought an incredible night. I thought the women just, that Grand Slam is still sailing out of the park. Amazing job. You know, Shotzi put on a performance that I think solidified her in that role in that upper tier. And everybody else, you know, star-studded match that just delivered on every end. Gunther and Miz, you can never count the Miz out, and I know it'll sound cliche, but whatever he does, it's awesome. If the job in the moment is be a comedian, he's a comedian. If it's to be serious, he's serious. If it's to be an incredible athlete, he's an incredible athlete. Like his value to us, his value across the company as a spokesman, as a human being, as everything you want to be able to represent what the WWE is. Miz does it. And he does it better than just about anyone. And then Gunther is just a whole other level of animal. His performances, one after the other, he makes you believe with your whole heart and then rips it out of your chest. You know, he's just awesome. Can't say enough good things about him, and that delivered incredibly well. Santos and Dragon Lee, just two lucha guys that bring so much more to the table than just being two lucha guys. Santos's run here up against Rey Mysterio, his turn, so to speak, has just been phenomenal so far. He's lightning in a bottle, and this was the moment, for me at least, that I was waiting for with him, that we were trying to get to with him, to give him that to sink his teeth into. And I think right now he's just on the launching pad of where he's going to go, and I'm incredibly excited for that. And then Dragon Lee, you have to say nothing more than Rey Mysterio dubbing him the future of Lucha Libre, right? Like, the sky is the limit there as well. And I thought that with Rhea and Zoe proved that she can hang at that level and belongs at that level. I thought she did an amazing job. And, you know, if I think Michael Cole might have said something like this tonight, but if you look up Star in the dictionary, there's a picture of Rhea Ripley sitting there. I mean, just has it on every single level. And just continues to get better and better and better every single time she's out there and I see her. So, and then the men's war game match was just off the chart. You know, a lot of story there, a lot of nuances there that I thought delivered on every level. You know, these matches can be just action extravaganza, but to me that doesn't do anything. It's in the storylines, and the action has to match it. A movie with just a bunch of crazy good CGI is not very good. The story has to be there. I thought the story was there for everybody across the board, and sort of, in a lot of ways, leaves you with a lot of questions answered, but a lot of questions still existing, and I think that's a good thing. And then, you know, across the board, I thought we just had a spectacular night. From here, Rumble coming up, Tampa, it's going to be amazing. It'll be interesting to go in there with actual people going crazy in there instead of video boards going crazy. Can't wait for that. We will be in Perth, Australia, the Elimination Chamber. We will be in Philly for Mania. This 24 is going to be an incredible year for WWE. I think 6 of our biggest PLEs are international this year, with France coming up and Berlin coming up, so it's going to be a crazy year. I feel like we're just getting rolling. So the last thing I'm not mentioning, obviously, is the elephant in the room, but I'm going to open it up to questions because I'm sure somebody is waiting to ask that one first.
All right, first question, you're in the front row.
Emily May with Sportskeeda Wrestling. We all want to know, we just saw it happen, CM Punk made his return to WWE here at Survivor Series. How did that all happen? And what's next for CM Punk?
So this is one of those... Is that me?
Me.
All right. Is this still working? Yeah. This was one of those lightning in a bottle moments that came together very quickly. But we are incredibly excited about it. You know, it's been a long time, and in some ways been a long time coming. You can say this about CM Punk. Love him, hate him, positive, negative, whatever you want to say. People talk about him all the time. He is a magnet for that. He's a conversation starter. And it's tough to look past that. And for me, if our fans want it, if the WWE Universe is excited to have it, then let's go. And we'll figure out the rest of it from there. This came together super quick, which I'm sure is why it stayed very tight. You know, there's a lot of speculation at that point. It was nothing but speculation. For most of the time, it was speculation. It didn't really start to come to fruition until everybody stopped thinking it was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, it was happening. But extremely excited. You know, a lot of time has gone by, almost 10 years, right? And if you are the same person you were 10 years ago, 10 years later, you've messed up. Everybody grows. Everybody changes. And I'm a different person. He's a different person. This is a different company. And we're all on the same even starting ground. So what's next for CM Punk? That'll be an interesting one. Yeah, I'm interested to see that myself. I know whatever it is, it'll be talked about, it'll be exciting, and it'll be a thrill ride for the WWE Universe, no matter what it is. And I'm thrilled. We're all thrilled to have him back here, and to have him back, you know, cliche to say, but have him back home in WWE. It's where he belongs.
Thank you. Hi, Nick Hausman, House of Wrestling. Just to kind of follow up on Emily's question there, how much of this was something that, you know, you were pushing for as opposed to TKO was pushing for and Ari was pushing for? Obviously, the dynamic has shifted a lot.
There has been zero push from anybody past WWE. You know, it's myself, Nick Khan. To be honest, very few people knew about it past that. And, you know, it's a funny thing now because all of a sudden there's like this mystery entity.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are interested to kind of know how that dynamic is working. That's why I asked it.
Yeah, we're doing our thing. And we're trusted to do our thing and trusted to do what we feel is right for business. And I got to be honest, I'm probably the top people at TKO were watching the show going, holy shit. You know? Yeah, it was a good thing, right? So it's a crazy cool time right now in WWE, and I think fans can feel that. There's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and I'm ready. Let's run through a wall. You know what I mean? Let's do this and do it in the biggest way possible, and just keep building on what Vince McMahon made into a global juggernaut for 50 years. And if I have anything to do with it and have any say in it, we're going to make it bigger than it's ever been before.
Thank you, guys. Second row.
Hi,
Hi.
Alex Lajas from Queen of the Ring and Church of Joshi. I wanted to switch gears for a little bit. I know we're talking about Punk. I wanted to get into the women's division because you have a good eye for Joshi wrestling, obviously with Io Sky as WWE Women's Champion, also being a Grand Slam champion in Japan. There are rumors that a big talent, Julia from Japan, you have interest in her. I was wondering if you could give us a little bit more detail about that.
The funny thing is, like, I didn't even know there was a term, Joshi thing. Like, I didn't even know that was a term until like a couple of years ago, where I was like, what is that? Anyways, I see that all the time. And to me, it's just like, it's what we do, right? And they're talent athletes that work globally. And whether we're pulling athletes out of NIL, out of colleges, and training them from the ground up, or whether we're seeing somebody that we think is an amazing performer that's working their way up someplace else. They're just all amazing in-ring talent. And I want to work with the best talent. I want to work with the best talent that's open to not just saying, hey, this is what I do and that's what I do. Right? I want them to be open to doing more. I want all our talent to be open to doing more and to push the envelope of what they believe and what they can do and the stories that they can tell. So to me, it's, you know, sometimes I see we look in a specific place. Well, I don't look in a specific place. The globe is where I look, and where we look, and where our recruiters look, and where our team looks. And if somebody's talented and we think that they can hang on the biggest stage in the world, we want them to come here and see if they believe in themselves as much as we do.
We're scheduled for one more question, and we'll head to the front row.
Hello, Steve Hall from 10 Count Wrestling News Co. With Jade Cargill missing from TV recently, is there plans for her development coming forth? Because we're seeing her on NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. Now we really haven't seen her. Thank you so much for moving.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes,
Thank you.
Couldn't decide.
I know, which eye to look at. But where has she been? Because she was on TV, now she hasn't been.
Yeah, so look, Jade is, I have no less belief in her now than I did then. It's interesting when she came in, we talked about her development and where she would land, but what the development was. I want to make sure that no matter what is thrown at Jade Cargill, she's ready. And at no fault of her own, I think that she was limited in that, right? So the idea is, we exposed her, we made her be seen. People are understanding and they're waiting and they're excited for her to come. And when she does, it's going to be massive. And I just think that we're just making sure that when she's ready, I don't want a pitch to get thrown at her that she's never seen before. I want, no matter what that pitch is, she's going to crack that thing out of the park. Because you can see it in her. That's the presence she has, that's the star she is. You've yet to see her do anything in WWE, and yet I could probably name 5, 10 people here where you would go like, oh, that's a dream match, right? Without her doing a thing. So I'm in no rush for her to, when she says, I'm ready, I'm ready. Let's do one more.
One more question, and we will head to, let's see what we got here. Last row, or second to last row.
Fred Slow, CBS Sports. Going back to CM Punk, you were talking about it, his claims of when he left 9 years ago. You look at the Return to R-Truth and Randy Orton. John Moxley recently made some comments about protocol and pro wrestling related to a concussion he had. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on injury and return in his comments?
Well, I won't say anything about his comments because I don't know what he went through or the situation. I can speak about WWE, right? And I will put our medical protocol, I will put our medical program, I will put our wellness program, I will put all of it up against any sport on this planet. And I mean that sincerely. We have one of the best medical programs in the world. When it comes to concussion, our people are trained to see it. Our talent are given seminars on it regularly, but our referees, our crew, our staff are trained to see it, and we don't mess around with it. I think you saw, just off the top of my head, a few months ago, there was a match with Rey Mysterio, and Rey got a concussion in that match. I don't remember what it was, maybe like a dive or something on the floor, and that was a big storyline we were building, PLE, whole thing. We saw it happen, referee spotted it happen, we shut it down. Right there, done, finished, just roll the punches, change what we need to change. This is all about its longevity, it's about health of our performers, it's about their careers lasting and their health first. So you have a long life after you're done in that ring. So when we see that stuff, we're very diligent about it. When we've been working with the top experts in that field for about a decade now, to have that protocol be what it is. There's multiple layers of testing to come back into the ring, and so it's very stringent. And you can go online and see all our policies there if you want. But I'll put our program, concussion protocol, put our medical program, we'll put all of it up against any professional sport organization in the world, top shelf. Thank you guys very, very much. Really appreciate it. Being here. We're going to bring the real stars out now to talk to you a little bit more.